What's
The man has entered Black
I
Air
tell you,
Force.
use in a college,
The man
man.
entered.
Yes. Use this, Dario. Use this.
I'm going to ignore it and we will move forward.
No good for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Controversial Topics. This will be our second upload for the week. If you're just tuning in, please leave us a like, a comment, or even subscribe if you enjoy the content, even if you don't. And please remember to click the bell so will be notified whenever we upload a new video. So, on panel tonight, I have myself, Daria Dovey, looking scruffy as ever. We have Xavier the Doctor, Danielle, Don Virgo, Graham,
Yes. No.
and his lovely wife, I think. We should be on Serena Virgo Bird.
No good word tonight against Serena as well, you.
And we have Andre Blackshaw. Andre Bradshaw.
First episode.
Andre Bradshaw, the Blacktivist,
Yeah,
and
man.
his wife.
I'm glad you correct yourself. Watch me here tonight.
Yeah. If I seem a bit agitated, it's because
I'm going to that one.
I was looking for my Nature Valley bar and I couldn't find my Nature Valley bar because
It's
apparently
sir.
I
I'll do
ate
it.
my Nature Valley bar and I got hungry again. So now I'm eating Honey Nut Cheerios.
Call it Patrick Star Syndrome. What
I
country?
kind of still want my Nature Valley bar.
Patrick
Yo,
Star Syndrome.
No, this is
yo,
Cheerios.
you know it's serious. You know it's serious when Dario messes up Bradshaw's name of all things.
I also have a really bad shoulder issue and I'm actually using my TENS machine right now as we speak to
What match did
kind of
you play?
lessen the pain. Hmm?
What
I'm
match
back.
did you play?
He backed it too
Sport.
hard. I'm
You're
trying
No.
working
to
out, bro.
No.
Stop. What kind of
And
nonsense?
I want to, I want
Very much
to, wait,
the Rasta.
I want the two on the stop pressure, my friend. Let the man doing things in silence.
I was working out actually.
eh?
And I also have my massage gun on hand, so if you see me like, yeah, don't worry. I'm not gonna kill myself. I prefer to
Good.
kill others. Anyway, it's not an admission of guilt, it's just a suggestion. Uh yes, so
Many red flags. But
if you're
continue.
seeing the title, yeah,
Hey,
we're talking about
as long as you fully
guys from the
jump,
manosphere or
Pressure fit.
fake alpha males from this manosphere. Who came up with the term manosphere though? At first
Um,
it was kind of catchy, but like it just
it was
kind
a
of
bunch of. It was. I,
was white.
it was a bunch of dudes, just like even though we don't go there, like the Freemasons. You know, when society has dejected you, no woman want to hear your problems, media don't want to hear your problems. So believe it or not, it was like an idea. I say, hell, let's make something where it's all men all the time. That sounds like a gay strip club, but again, all men all the time, men's issues, men rights, etc., etc. Because really, and this is even though I'm not calling nobody name, this is why what the person that I talked to the last time couldn't get that there is no anywhere for men to be men anymore without being chastised for being a man. Scratching your nuts, yawning, belching, and not giving a F.
Drinking beer without being judged by anyone.
But you're looking drunk, being drunk without being judged by anyone.
I just call her a woman a bitch, but we don't do that here, do we? I'm just saying.
There you go.
Just saying.
anyway.
Where the whole
So
Even our
man
bodies are safe anymore.
all right, so basically we're gonna look at like how these guys are like fake alpha males and how them kind of expose themselves and their own issues and insecurities that
Mhm.
come out little by little uh, as you watch their podcast and all their material.
Mhm.
You probably guess who we're gonna start off with.
Fresh and fit. Who else?
Fresh and Jesus of Mercy.
Who else? We all knew this was going to go there. We all knew.
Yeah,
The
there's
fact
gonna be
is,
others, but
hey, viewers, let it be known that we don't need to defend Abraham Preach, but it's because the man
Tell-
them disrespect, them
Virgo.
disrespect the gen no, them disrespect the general wife. So that more than anything just make me have a personal vendetta against the man. You see, the minute you go off a man wife, this you're gone.
you call his
Complete.
wife a whale.
Big man, the man called the man people. I don't even want to even say
Oh.
the term of
Uh,
what he said about the man people.
I watched that video. I wasn't Abba. I wasn't preach. Well, God believe me. Me would have stretched through the phone and slap him in the face. I bet they thump out him teeth them.
Through the phone, you
Just,
put it
Anyway,
back there.
Yeah, but
just
them would have
wait.
read about them. If it was me, them would have read about them.
Man, this is a boxing match there. Him couldn't reject it, you know. Me had them studio door and they part live. Boom, 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 boom. You pop ass mother. Sylvia. You bitch ass. Right, you hear me? Sorry.
Or I
Sorry.
would have,
Hear
I would have
me?
a cartman. I would
I
have a
wish I
cartman.
video. Somebody can say I like me, I tell.
I'd have a
Folks.
I'd have a Cartman moment where me I feed Myron preach. Me I feed Myron fresh. Yeah, man.
Interesting. Yeah.
Some chili.
Yo, you know what? I am concerned for Virgo, but at this point, it's either here or there. But yes, there
Ah,
you go.
good man.
all right. So yeah, so the main thing on this show, as I've realized, I've never watched your podcast, just clippings, but
Me
like
either. Because honestly, it is I wouldn't even say it's a podcast. It just seems like one of those holdings where you get free blowjobs, but the blowjobs are just so horribly have to leave same time.
that's kind of gonna be my talking point. Their main thing is disrespecting and embarrassing and booting out women.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you just Google just like clips, that's the main thing you're going to see.
Yeah, yeah. And that used to bother me too because I when I try to get used to them content, because you know they were quote unquote a part of the manosphere, black manosphere. But when you realize the conversation is not about, I mean, yeah, people say, oh, they're trying to hold women accountable. Yeah, but when you pay attention to what him said, there's nothing of resolution in the way them talk. It's only just holding women accountable and you're a bad, dumb
It's
woman.
all right.
You're a
You
dumb.
can't be holding women accountable and not holding yourself accountable as well.
There
At
you
that
go.
point, it's just you're just bashing women then,
There you go.
or you're just slandering them because again, you are also not perfect.
And and I mean, remember that episode where we were like talking, and I'm like, yo, we have to make some form of a video or two to
Yeah.
try to tell people that we're not just a bunch of angry black men, because that's what we are now.
Yeah, no, like I've said it numerous when we talk about dating numerous times. I've said this. I'm not perfect either. I have my fault. I mean, I wouldn't call myself a good man or a decent man. I wouldn't call myself a good man or a perfect man. I would say I'm decent at best.
Yeah.
I'm
I,
horrible. I am a
I've called
horrible
myself a
person.
piece of shit on the show, and I wasn't exaggerating or being sarcastic when I said so.
hello, good doesn't mean perfect. Yeah, and bad doesn't mean.
Yeah, but no, that's the thing. I don't even think I'm on a good level.
I no
I get.
no
I
I just
aspire
think
to be, but
even
I'm
though
not even there. I'm not there.
No,
even
but
though
when them compare good, them for some strange reason, good now many people head is like the personification of perfection. If you say you're a good man, you shouldn't do that. I'm like,
says who
what kind of rubbish that? Good people do bad things just as much as bad people do good things.
I ain't even good enough
no
in my eyes.
let me tell you where people go wrong. It's like
Hmm.
you're expecting
Perfection.
not even perfection. You're expecting the entire world to just die out of evil. Does that even make sense? Like I literally had a conversation about this. Like, let's just say we had a perfect world and
But
everyone was
then the
just
world
happy
wouldn't be
and
good. It
peaceful.
would just be
Wouldn't the world
the good
just
wouldn't be good. It would just be
no,
normal.
no, all I know, wouldn't the world just come grinding to a halt? Like, I'm not saying you need to be a bad person, but there needs to be a balance. Everybody can't be a good noodle. every person that's a bit sheltered, you have that outgoing person who's going to run several trains on themselves, you know, that kind of lifestyle. And for every other good person, there's always going to be someone else who's going to
Yeah,
shoot.
like them chicks from them schools with those that live those lifestyles.
No,
Yo,
because we're not exposed them yet, man. We're good. We're good. We're good.
today,
But now I
today,
just call the school name.
oh, me go car again to go like a fellow Jamaican, right? Sorry for cut you, even though I kind of come up on topic a bit, right? So a fellow Jamaican, right? I went to get something
The
done.
refill.
So the lady start talk, so the lady and we start talk, me and her start talk, right? And then like me I listen to something and I was publicly speaking in bed. So me and her start go back and forth, and then I'm like, listen, I don't understand how these weak men, women on this ridiculous pedestal where it's unrealistic, you know. Men have never been less than, men have always been the prize. And she goes, where do you get that from? Where do you get that from? I said, well, the same island where you come from. I've never seen a woman get get put on this ridiculous high pedestal. When you hear bumping in the night, you not jump up and say you're gonna look now. She goes,
But
no,
you
but
see who wake up, you mean?
well I know, so we go back and forth, and then my trap her, I put her in a situation because she's talking so, but it's when she realized, say, oh crap, not only does she sound crazy, but people start hear the logic behind the reason, and the people on the side will start laugh because the more and more I start dissecting fear, I say, because she said, oh, you couldn't survive without, what's she say, you couldn't survive without us. I say, fix your statement. We couldn't have kids without you. You couldn't survive without us. She said, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? And then we break it down for her. I say, everything in here wouldn't work without us. If we stop fix everything around here, we'll start suffer. Oh, and then it goes into that trying to, I don't know, they're trying to disprove it, but when them know them don't have an argument, them just try to laugh it off and walk it out. But the more and more men I go back and forth, the more and more she realize say she really don't have an argument. I say, even the thing where you tell me say, oh no, we're so far put so called put it upon a pedestal. You can't even do that without me, right? You can't even do that without me. You need my seed to bring forth life. So you're just an incubator, a, a outer use incubator until somebody puts something in it. So again, how are you? I'm saying, and again, how are you the prize again? If you need me, if even the thing where you're so-called a big up yourself over, without my input, you are just an empty incubator whose eggs are going to eventually go if nobody know, I'm just saying, then they get fertilized. They're just going to there and rotten and die. But it's a TV. This one is in her late 40s
Oh God.
or 50s. TV is a wicked thing,
Okay.
especially if you don't have a man.
Oh God.
And I'm not trying to show shade or anything, because it's not one of them conversations that we may try to
Sure.
on it. But you see, when you start lying to yourself and then start believe it, and the wickedest lie you can ever do to yourself, sir. I'm just saying this because men here, women too. One of the wickedest thing you could ever do to yourself.
Sorry, now listen.
And then start to believe it. So I'm looking at then this work I just don't want to put her up on the spot, but just make it done there. So just drop my headphones and make sure go on more business. Because if the conversation is prolonged, I was going to go there and say, so do you have a husband? And there's some probably that go off the rails. Even though the goal is not to embarrass her, it's just I just want to show her how futile her life really is if there was no men available. But I realize the more we try to drive the point home, is the more uncomfortable she's getting. So I say, you know what? Make it go on. Because some people are willing to die on that horse before they even try, if you understand what's being said.
Before nobody wants to get up and eat that horse. Nobody wants to eat the horse.
No. Nobody dares to question the blasted horse. That's the problem.
As Goku says, you have to get up and eat that horse.
Hear me, I say, no, not a Ross. Make somebody else say that statement and me go for it. No, I refuse.
Interesting people.
But anyway, yeah.
And
one of the things
don't want Serena feel like she's being left out and so. Or if you try include
which is
her.
why I'm moving on from the abridged reference. But yeah, sorry. So one of the things that I wanted to point out, these guys claim they're alphas and they're womanizers or gallis, as we would say in Jamaica.
Them can't do that right. Have you seen Fresh and Fit track record and the amount of women that have played them? Bruh. It is a lot.
But the thing is that the women that they invite on the podcast, oftentimes they are saying that the women, rumor came out that women have to exchange sexual favors just to come on the podcast so they can get, a bit of clout and some extra publicity.
Mm-hmm.
And, naturally, my first question would be, if you're an alpha, why would you have to do these things to get a little pum pum? Or is it just natural for you to have to flaunt your money or flaunt your status or flaunt this?
Brother, any known alpha that we know throughout history, any known alpha, them presence alone will do it. They don't need to tell money or not. Woman don't even need to know the man's name. Just need to see the man face one time I hit that.
Yo, don't forget that Caesar Egypt go fuck Cleopatra. And you never for flaunt nothing.
Yo, Dario White.
Sorry, I have the tens machine on.
Yo, man.
I have really bad shoulder pain.
Man's look like they both is cringe when you hear that thing. Well, yeah, they're very gonna run.
No, but yeah, but like it's like I was saying earlier. Like a lion doesn't have to walk around roaring 24/7 for everybody to know that he's the king of the jungle.
Well,
you innately know
he the king
is the king. And for those of you who don't know, you will fuck around and find out. Or even the next example, like when I was in high school, there are a lot of guys who behave like they were gangsters just because they came from the ghetto.
Yeah.
Just because they were dunce.
Yeah.
And did no schoolwork like the other guys who were actual gangsters. Just because they were illiterate, they couldn't read, they couldn't speak English. And I mean, me, a quiet kid from Portmore, they would try to mess with me and so forth. And then, in grade 7, I beat up this 9th grader. Beat the man senseless.
Mm-hmm.
That day he fucked around and found out. Just because he's dunce doesn't make him a gangster. Just because he's from the ghetto. Just because he's illiterate, just like most of the other gangsters. Doesn't mean that he's a gangster, doesn't mean that he's bad. You're just fool. There's a difference. And the worst part is he was too stupid to even figure out that that there's a difference. So it's not like he would have even learned anything from it. So like would you be a gangster, a king, an alpha, or whatever? People are going to innately know by who you are, by how you carry yourself. Or at some point in time they will find out. So I mean, these guys telling these women, hey, you have to suck my dick to come on the show. Give me some pussy to come on the show.
Mm.
You a bitch.
Even though I'm not calling him, I was in probably one of the roughest 11 grades from mid KC. I feel away. reputation and whatever. But that aside, right? There were a few, like him say, a few quote unquote gangster from one of them. Most of them were just scared little boys, but you understand when you're in a male dominated space, you have to either
Mm-hmm.
be it or fake it. So there's a lot of fakers in my classroom, right? One year, years after leaving KC, I was jogging going up Walton Park Road because, I've keep the body right, or at least keep the health up. I'm coming down from halfway through, and I see one of the quote unquote gangs of them in front of a community, Pandemian. I drive up, sorry, I jog right beside him, and I call to him, look on and frightened. Boy, yo, we do them side, my boss. I said, boy, you know, so I live off of the wall time. Painland. So you serious when you say that? Yeah. Yes, I was. But no one was something else talk, cause enough man pretend to them come from bad man place and but the point was him realized he was at a disadvantage now because he was one of them who used to love run off him mouth. Payne Avenue, literally a few minutes from where him there. This man stand up outside of a community where him don't know. I go check her B. So
He strayed from pum pum. Oh, yeah,
exactly.
I've done it before.
Exactly. And then him straight to a place where a man with disrespect, when him there at high school, see him in front of a community where me know, where bad man, where me know, live there so. And there's a girl make him stand up at the front of the lane. Kind of nervous because what? Him don't know the body pan wild time. But this is one of the baddest thing in a film. When him live, one of the baddest thing. But it's when him outside the element, he's a humble youth. Stand up away upon a girl for come back. I laugh. I realize I joke that you tell me. And in that case, say the baddest. Say man, once a man, twice a boy. I laugh, I fool, I say what I go on. Enough of them are pretend, them pretend. Enough of them soft. And them go like them hard. Enough of them soft. Pretend, let me say? It's either you is or you pretend to be it. Say that for myself. Now I call him
Really?
friend, but they may call him liver. Let's leave that.
No, but it's sorry, like some of the guys that acted bad, they can't manage my uptown war. I'm not even uptown.
I know, right?
I'm just decent. I'm
Yeah,
from the ghetto too.
and come from the heart of the ghetto and reason with people. Like we can't tell certain people say, I never used to live uptown or me live a foreign because I'm a reason like when I travel. And I'm like, wow, that's a terrible stereotype. Because I
Yeah,
met
one of the biggest
doctors, lawyers, and engineers who come from the same ghetto where I grow from, where I come from.
Make rain fall and I think of God. So that total different
no, like
person.
one of the worst things I've ever heard was when a guy asked me if I grew up overseas or something like that.
Yeah, I got
And I said, yo, no, why you think so? Or no, he asked me if I was a deportee and if I grew up overseas.
You
And
speak
I was
so
like, no,
well.
I was born and raised in Jamaica. Why you ask that?
So well.
And so because I'm big and thick, he thought I went to prison overseas and then
Yo,
got deported.
yo, you
And
know that
how I speak and how I carry myself.
I don't know if
So I
it's
was
just
like, no,
but I
a lot of
find this
Jamaicans are like this. I said,
saddest
no,
thing.
man, you're the first I've seen. I'm
it.
like, he has so little faith in his fellow Jamaicans, he doesn't even know that we can speak the Queen's English, that we're supposed to speak the Queen's English. No, I'm kid you not. He doesn't know that Jamaicans speak the perfect Queen's English.
I don't know if it's
Or
a
that they can carry themselves in a decent demeanor. I'm not having pants sagging below their ass and so forth. And I'm like,
That
if I
that
ask you,
is what made you think that I'm Americanized? Really?
That's because the communities overall
Somebody echo it.
just
how them they in the same house?
On a
How,
nice same room, right?
yo,
On the
hey,
Somebody
same
has
room.
to mute.
unless Virgo's Black Air Force energy is so strong that the man just a blackout fear sound wave, I don't understand what is going on.
As I was saying.
Still echoing.
Still
Okay.
echoing.
Oh, the echo. Oh.
Turn off your phone
Oh, hello.
or close the app on your phone / your laptop, whatever you're using.
I don't know what she got on
Just,
her phone for, and she knows she got to use
like,
Virgo.
just share one device, bro.
We don't want
Yeah.
to know. Trust me now. This is for me.
Sorry.
But back broad, but I can't take on and leave me alone.
You should look like some
Hey,
McDonald's fries.
Ah,
oh my God, you see me. Oh my God. Anyways, what I was going to say is that the communities overall do that, especially ghetto communities. For example, when I was going to high school, right? You know, I come from the ghetto, you speak most part what everybody do it, but
Talk the truth, tell them she's all girls
you
at school.
learn.
Tell them she's all girls at school. That go. Talk
I
the
used
truth.
to, so I didn't have to specify. I
Of
went to high
course.
school.
Of course.
How is that necessary information?
all girls are different dynamics. If it was them, if it was a mixed school now, different dynamics that again. KC
Listen to
run
me. I was
different
going to.
as Volmas run different from Queens, etc., etc., etc.
Listen to me. School at school. You learn English at school.
No, but
Hello. Focus on
so
what you were saying originally.
so that like you and tell school and just school. Not no go so.
Well, by that terminology, I have some examples to give.
Anyways. So
Take
I was
pressure.
attending the school,
What you say? No, you miss
and
me?
I learn new words every day, and you catch up on standard English. Therefore, to master that, you have to practice, which means you speak it every day. So when I go home, I speak
Um,
standard English, especially French, because I was doing French. And the people are gonna look for me and say, "Why you twang? What are them stop me so? Stop it twanging." I'm like, I am not twanging. It's called standard English. Twanging requires an accent. Do you not
mhm,
know that?
mhm.
And then feel bad for doing it. So it becomes a part of our culture where if you hear someone speaking standard English, them going like them hype, them better than you, or them come from somewhere else.
Buying,
How?
buying box food every day at high school did feel hype too, but that
That's it.
doesn't correlate.
I don't get
And
I mean, hello, I mean, hello, wonder about somebody think about them say hype. Buying a box food will cost about 3 bills.
I mean, never used to buy box food, man. You used to take it away from people. So
I'm going
Yeah, because you had it one bully.
3 bills a box food. My God,
and
1 meal.
I was like,
3 bills.
I
Those
was like,
days
Wow,
when food was cheap.
that's gonna be
Oi,
out. Come,
oi,
get that.
Gotcha. Look, it's a Mr. 3 bills. You don't want to know the price of them right now in 2021. I can't tell you that.
No
Right
problem.
about, oi,
I
right
don't
about now, my
Yeah,
little
anyway,
sister. Oi, my little sister go to
have
school.
problem.
Yeah, if you buy box food, if you have packed food, go to school.
3 bills now. Oh God, you just remember when the 250
all
yo.
right, let's not go too far off track, guys.
Moving on. Over there now. Got a box food and pay nonsense for
Yeah, like I was watching Avan Priest video, like they pointed out something that the reason why Myron and Fresh invite these type of women, these IG models, they have looks but no actual substance or
ah
nothing up here in a sense. Not all of them, but
a good
a
portion.
decent portion. I mean, it kind of helps them to perpetuate their narrative that modern day women are ratchet, they are ghetto, they are Well, not women. They're just pieces of shit.
Okay, yeah, go rough.
And the thing is that
Rasta.
if you continuously invite these kind of women that have this, that statistically or stereotypically have similar personality, obviously, I mean, you're just trying to prove yourself right, even though you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it would beg the question, like, if this is how women are, why do you still like women? But I digress.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna go there tonight.
Good man.
But yeah, like, I guess I would say, hold on, I'm gonna turn this now because this is getting painful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay then. Shoulder pain is actually going away. Yeah, they kind of just use this to kind of prove their point. Because I mean, I don't see how they're constantly having these women on the podcast, and then constantly having problems every other episode or every single episode, and constantly having to boot out women every single episode. Another thing that I think Abba pointed out. Yo, tell your family to stay in the room when you're recording, Doc. I thought that was my house just now.
Interesting.
Somebody switched off a light behind you, and I was like, "Who the fuck is in my house?" Then I realized it's not my
And
house.
the third, this is the third time you.
Second.
Dario,
Second.
are you having nightmares when you go to bed? When you go to sleep, sir?
No, I sleep in the dark and I sleep happy.
Big man sleeping in the dark. Yep, that sounds gay as fuck.
Hey,
How does that sound gay?
Continue.
We're not judge. We're not
Anyway.
judge.
Mm-hmm.
What was I saying? Yeah. If they purposely invite these type of women that statistically and stereotypically have this type of personality, this type of ratchetness, like, why are you complaining when they behave ratchet? It's like, what hit me when I was writing the notes is that they kind of are what they hate or what they preach against.
Mm-hmm.
They preach against women who constantly do bad, choose bad men, and then have bad lives, bad relationships, etc., etc. Yet on the podcast, on a weekly basis, or however often they record the podcast, they're doing the exact same shit that they preach against, episode by episode. And how are they not seeing this? And how is it that they are literally preaching against this?
Because their
But
algorithm,
doing the exact same fucking thing.
actually they make money off of red pill rage. Like there's a lot of people don't want to admit this, but there is
Yo,
a percentage of men.
created this blue pill, red pill bullshit?
Well, look on it
I'm
this
from
way.
the Matrix, but
Funny. You know the funniest thing.
Yeah,
Red
original.
pill has always been there, but it hasn't been mainstream. That's
Yeah,
it.
it
That's
didn't have
always been there.
a name to it or something to tie it down, but the whole reason because the Matrix red pill show the truth, the blue pill keep you in
And
a.
that was fine, Bradshaw. Bradshaw, that
know.
was fine. But the minute they start to put the real life analogies to it and everybody start pick them sides and talk about this and that. I want to know the funniest thing. I know people have defended red pills, but brother man, some of the things I hear them say, the actions they do, I have to look on them, I have to ask and say, what did you teach? Because we're about teaching and learning, right? So what did you teach? Because I can't say anything that you're teaching. And this is not to say blue pills are innocent of anything. Them just as bad. But, brother man, they need to sort out themselves, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, because again, with version of it, you're not really teaching anything, you're just slandering and bashing. How are you?
They
If
are
you're just saying that, hey, this is the problem, and this is the problem, this is the problem. What the fuck is the solution?
And that's where my problem really originally lie with them. Like I said, all me hear is everything that's bad and negative and and so reprehensible. And I won't lie, I fell into the gap at one point because it reminded me of all of the mistakes I made as a man, especially a young man growing up. I see babes. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
ironically, their most viewed videos are not the ones of them inviting millionaires on and teaching men how to make money. The most viewed videos are the ones where they're slandering and booting out women.
And that shows the type of audience that they attract. And
Exactly.
and it's funny. They start most of their episodes at that, oh yo, this is a safe space and all of that bullshit, all that good stuff just dry you into a
It's a safe space for what's the Indian dude's name? Myron?
it, you mean the Barbie you mean the bar you mean the hold on, you mean the Barbadian that got kicked out of his own country
He's from Barbados?
and
No,
got
he's
kicked.
in Trinidad.
He's a Caribbean, we don't claim him.
Hold
One of
on,
them, one of them is
hold on. What is this we? Sorry, this is no we thing. Them kick him out. We not claim nothing over this. So.
No, I said he's not Caribbean. We as Caribbean people don't claim him.
It's a big man. Them already kick him out. We Jamaicans and yes, it is. I think with Jamaicans we love.
We'll trade him for Tommy from Power.
Not at all. Continue with the episode professionally, sir, and stop the foolishness.
one of them is Moroccan and one of them is Barbadian. Is Bayesian.
And the Bayesian man get kicked out of the country. That much I remember.
So Myron is Moroccan and the black one is the black one is
I'll say a second. Dolly, what's wrong with you?
Ken's machine is on my body, sir.
Oh,
It
okay.
uses electricity.
Yo,
I massage the muscle.
move.
He's at the tick and I'm like, oh, I want to smack him so hard.
I keep telling you that I have the TENS machine on
Yes,
attached to my body.
Yeah, that tick there.
No, I turn it up to it's about 7.
No
So
wonder
the more
we-
power, so the more my body's gonna jerk.
I would
minutes
need
of-
our dubstep music and perfect video right there. So.
Anyway, but yeah, I mean to add to what Doc said about it's when they said it's supposed to be a safe space. It's a safe space for Myron because again, the clips that you watch, if a dude is on the show and a dude is interrupting Myron, but he's a dude just like adding like not necessarily stroking his ego, but just agreeing with him, adding to his point. He's cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as a woman says anything, he gets offended really easily, really upset really quickly over some simple shit. Stop cutting me off. Stop doing this. You need to get the fuck out.
I've watched
Like-
a few episodes where
I'm not saying it's all the time, but I mean like that he's necessarily overreacting. But like the way he kind of exercises the power as the host of the show, it just seems kind of it's not even similar to Kevin Samuels. It's just more childish, like a spoiled brat not getting his way.
yeah, and that is how I'm confused. That confuses me because he has an audience of men and women. Surprise, surprise. And I get it. You know, your enemies will watch you too. So, but then the red pill rate is that when you're looking at them on the comment section, you have a few men who are trying to make sense of what they're watching, and then you have another set of men who are just agreeing wholeheartedly, like the Madrone, like they didn't just watch this man go off on a woman for literally asking him a question. Or better yet, she's trying to finish what she's saying. And I won't lie, don't get it twisted. I will say this. There are times when I watch both them, Kevin Samuels, and a few other influencers. And honestly, there are times when the woman them weren't being disrespectful. And again, I'm not saying this doesn't happen. You know, maybe the man never even finish the point we might try and make, or him never fully, he wasn't truly listening the full extent to what she has said. But I've seen situations where both them and KS could have handled the situation a whole lot better. Cause first off, I love to say this to everybody: you're a human being first. Yeah, you're a human being before anything else. So
Facts.
this whole notion, say, and that comes with and being human comes with the territory. Say, you have to be vulnerable to an extent when you're talking to other people, because not everybody gonna operate the way how you expect them to. There's no set pre-recorded. Okay, may I talk to Dewey? Let me talk to Dewey and choose that mode here. The goal is to be professional, or but most people are still people at the end of the day. So I'm gonna say Myron, especially Myron. Come watch a few episodes and I'm say dog go start go off on the girls, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. I mean, I've seen where some of them deserve it, but then there's plenty of time me I watch and I'm like,
Again,
my
again,
dude,
Richard.
I don't see what she do for deserve that.
Oklano, again, you have to remember most of these girls, the way they get into the show in the first place,
I
is
don't see.
it's
Hold on.
either through the sexual transaction or them get rejected saying yo them not do it. So they think it's brilliant enough. Say, all right, since they reject me, let me put them on blast while they're on the podcast, which makes no sense.
So hold on. You remember that story I told you about the man who had that ghetto girl, and she gave him probably three piece. And directly just say it just so But yeah, and for every time him help her, she have to send on. But then when the last time come and she finally take off and her career take off, when him finally see her after near 2 3 years, remember what him said to her? Remember about the story go? Man say, look
Yeah.
pan you, I pan me, and your girl I'm used to F. And she turned and look pan him and say, okay, so what did the three F them where you get from it? What them do for you? And he froze.
My heart, and it's not even me.
She said, them you take them three F there. And for every F me take, my mark off something me do want to accomplish. You introduce me to the runway, whoever in charge of the runway for Vogue. The second one, you make him take me to one of the big meetings where she book a next bigger man who like her attitude and move her up to the fall calendar. And by the last one, she get her visa, she get her passport, she get her stay in Milan for the week, the fashion week ended. And from that point forward, her life moved forward. So again, I can and for every one of them self-righteous superhero or Mr. Perfect Simp, get over your damn self. There's a lot of dark deals are made behind closed doors throughout history. We never know. You heard me? How many times kings and queens bend over and suck and take a fuck before them come address the whole nation or the whole country? People need to get bullshit. Well, I know people need to get out of this bullshit. So people are so perfect because you dress correctly, your makeup is nice, and he talks brilliant. You know much man professionally knows how to suck dick better than him woman? You don't need to chill. Especially the so-called beta men. No, maybe honest with you, Virgo, it's on sus, but you have whole heap of man. I'm gonna say this for being an ass, but you have people out there who don't believe, say, things are going to certain man behind closed door. Just like how things happen to woman behind closed door.
Hey,
Enough suspicious
hey.
ish.
This
One,
might be a off topic we are of referencing it, but for every guts of berserk you have, there's always a Griffith, and we all know so that man. Big man, there are always backroom deals. You might not see it, you might never know. And trust me, you might not want to know. Me no one.
Sir.
But that's something,
Yes.
and it's kind of controversial, but I guess I'm at the right place. Do you know how many people? Do you know how many people I've met from Queens and Priory and a whole heap of uptown school where they said they've been in the New Kingston area and a man approached them and said, I think you'd make a hell of a model, man and woman. I've heard stories of sovereign here. You know, and I've always been the kind of person who try to be open minded. Cause most men don't even like to open up when it comes to certain things. You know, do you know how many men get roofied? Do you know how many, yes, it exists. Do you know how many men get roofied? And by the time he wake up, his hands and feet are gagged. And how much man they in the room? Await them turn. Shit happens, bro. None of those woman
Yeah, that
alone.
happened to
Yeah,
one of my sixth form teacher's cousins.
that crap. No,
He was gang raped.
sorry for cutting, but this is one of the stereotypes them of people to this very day don't believe this crap actually does happen. It does happen. You understand? It's just that men don't speak. And I'm saying a man will pretend like nothing don't happen and hold him head straight and go like, but this crap does happen. I've heard so multiple story. No homo, good looking big man tell me say them go in a runway calling and by the time them done model, man I tell them take off shirt, take off pants, and turn up them underwear and in socks. And I ask him can bend down and touch him too. What the hell? So my model the whole
And if
time.
you don't do it, you don't see your next runway.
You understand me? So this crap does happen, people. So some man say them walk out, and some man say some man don't walk out. So him and him come good, good, good. Man say F this. Me have my dignity. I take this thing for man about him and
Or you
suck up.
think some rappers are some one hit wonders?
Of course.
They don't do what it takes to go further.
Exactly. This happens daily.
Ade, da
No,
da da.
no, but
Spartan!
a lot of these men are seen as alpha male. Some of them who do the questionable things are seen as alpha male in society.
So, hey, society has proven to us more than once that they get shit wrong many, many times, you know. But oh,
Yes, no.
mainstream will never say that.
But the stereotype still exists. Say once a man loud, vulgar, and him decked out in a Louis V and Gucci and Prada and I drink the most dearest liquor. Him is the man to be. But you don't know what
Of
the man
course
there.
he's the man to be.
That's the point. This is what man
Everybody,
there get at. How
we keep
people
on forgetting,
dressed up. Yes,
him selling a image, selling a bad man. And everybody I see him, and everybody I look upon him and say, yeah man, I want to be like him. You see
that's
me? The one bag of girl him asleep with him and I know see how when time him go over so around 8 different men asleep and I grease him.
all right. But you don't know them things, eh?
I
But
must agree 8 different man.
so land, eh? Me no know man when me did there a Land where me come from, right? Me know man who don't have a job. But every other week, him a wear Ario, him a wear um Abercrombie and Fitch. Them man I get decent designer shoes, decent clothes, and that same man who look upon him and say we are batty man. Because we, because we see him in a new clothes every 2 weeks. But then when you ask a question, but hold on, Dada, which workplace you work? How you can afford that? That that hoodie is at least $7,000 to $8,000. But you no work nowhere.
You're in high school. How do you get that?
Thank you very much. High school, you don't have a job. It's I'd better yet, you're in high school, you do something for the school, there's no way in hell you have time to acquire a job. How you get it? And this applies to women too. All the girls that
The
used to want our friend just
is
disappear.
always my mother they are foreign or my auntie they are foreign. You know a little
Fam,
trend, man.
if I tell you some stories of when I was working at Amazon,
Mhm. Yes.
Please, please, for the love of God. No, we're not going that route, Dario. Please.
Yeah, but this is
shit
something where
happens.
yeah, but that may I
That,
try to say.
hey, that past shit happens. We are going to some uncharted territory where you know, say, yo, yes, the entire darkness is there, but we shall traverse it, you know. But shit will happen.
Anyway,
Mm.
back to fresh and fit. Yeah, so they want to lead men to becoming alphas, yet they can't control themselves.
They don't even know what an alpha means. Yeah, you know, this is the biggest problem I have with people. This is the biggest problem I have with the manosphere. They claim they only allow the certain aspects of character to join. Then you wonder why the likes of Kevin Summers just tell them, say, yo, no, I'm not the part of this bullshit. Any other real man who make podcasts on YouTube, they notice they are not a part of the manosphere. I don't know explicitly say that, yo, I'm a part of this. Them stay a far part of it. Abba and preach every single one of them. And nobody sees any red flags with that. If
Um,
somebody as outspoken as Kevin Summers has even gone as far as to say, oh, you know, manosphere, it has its needs, but it's not needed. That's saying something from honestly.
no, but I mean, be honest with you, it's not hard to tell why the monastery are not going forward. It's not hard. Men don't spend money on anything where them don't think can benefit them. So this is something most people don't understand. A woman will spend thousands on getting her feelings cuddled. Man don't even want to spend $10 on himself because we've learned how to internalize what pain.
If enough, if enough food or rum, you know, make sense, you know.
So now the Jenna cut it, just food and rum alone. Just that, just food and rum alone, not even water. But anywho, yeah,
Yeah,
like I said, some
if,
people,
if,
if it can't directly benefit them same time, them don't want nothing to do with it. Most men will agree with the information, but if you say donate $1 towards the cause, you find every reason of the book for say no. Every reason of the book for say no. Think about that for a second. When you have women willing to pay thousands, hundreds of thousands, just to get their feelings coddled, and that's a lie. But you have men who know what the information is right, and for help, push the message. To spend $1, them don't want to. But we'll waste $400 on a pair of Jordans or a rotten next year. Make that make
no, no, man,
sense?
them not a man, them they a boy, bad man. You know
True.
a real man when you look upon it and a man say, yo, it's either I'm spend $400 on my Jordans,
Mhm.
$400 on my gym membership, get the right amount of food to eat,
Say
or $400 are gonna help me
that.
put some gas in the car for the month. Tell me which
Mhm.
of them do you think a real man can pick?
Gas. The gas force.
Fam,
I pick my gas force because
think I fam,
Run that one again.
ask me and Doc about our cars.
Run that out. Run that again. Me hear something about gas and me hear something about car. So me know some me have to dinner is a topic here, you know.
Ask me and Doc about our cars.
Virgo, so the question
And
again,
then
number.
you will know, bro.
I'd have to spend $400 on the Jordans, use the $400 pay gym membership, and get a diet in check, or put gas in a car for the month. Which one of them you think a real man will pick?
Last time I check.
Yes.
Last time I check, you know. Equipment can be built at home, you know. Furthermore,
true
further,
cheap
hold on,
skips.
no, that is not the point of this, Bradshaw. You are, say you are up on a mission
Mm.
and your car break down in the middle before you reach
That,
the mission.
that's logic
Tell
right
me
there.
now how that work.
That's logic right there.
it's like you work for, it's like you trying to get a job for the last year and you finally get through that interview. And you with your idiot self decide say, oh, me not put in nuggets in the car because the car good. The car run for the quarter tank. And the car gets
Yeah, I got Jordans on my feet, but I can't run.
None of that. Sorry. Jordan's close everything on and me dead for hungry. And me have to walk.
Brother,
And this happens.
Brad Shaw said that me just remember college life. Yo, drinking water before because you're dead for hunger and you have no money.
I hope so.
I used to when I was at U, I used to have to camp out at the library.
Yo,
Just to,
if I'm going to college, say, you never buy a butter bread. And that butter bread last him throughout a whole week. Him is lying.
nigga, we used to have rice and gravy. They still sell it at U. Rice and gravy.
Yo,
Buy that shit.
yo,
was lit.
Hold on.
When people talk about calf food enough for them, big man, I sleep. I calf and tell them say, yo, make sure so my plate there so.
Hold on, pass here a second. So that way, we are trying to tell me say KC actually provide better food than UE.
What kind of
No.
question that big man? If me could I get the food when I get a high school, a college, would I live life?
As in, I would put KC food. Depending on which chef is cooking at GC at the day, I would put my high school food over it. Depending on which chef was cooking.
You know matter if I lunch or dinner at GC. Dinner time, you know, say foolish is one.
If Starboy cook, it's not bad.
Yeah, Starboy is an anomaly. And furthermore, we know say when Starboy cook the food, I done in the first 30 minutes a sharing. So you don't know
if
say
Starboy cook, you can know say Starboy cook because of food.
Slap way.
It can be literally chicken neck. And it just tastes like filet mignon or some nonsense.
Because the man actually put care in and like Omar, one to go falsified rugby man. Yeah, that man I'm real fussy, you know.
No, well, Omar, they fix when I was a vegetarian at GC. Omar fixed me a pretty good stuff.
Omar can cook. He just doesn't care a lot. When the man
he doesn't care.
The man have a job now. The man make be a cuisine. But when the man there at GC, right, you don't know say yo brown stew chicken.
He was also annoyed with the staff because he wanted to cook better food, but they were like, no, do this. And he's like, yeah, I can do this, but just make it better. But they were just like on his case to like not do it, so he was just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
But as me I say,
that way of thinking.
as me I say, man, I put the gas in the can because anything possible.
That was say.
And when they match out how much money, if they match out how much money for the month, if change the out of the 4 bills, them start look for the gym membership and say, well, you know, say
some left over, I can go to the gym 2 days.
All right.
No, but even right now, bro, I need to pay my gym membership for February. I also need to tint the glasses on my car. That's 16,000. Yo, I said it out loud. I don't know, it just seems so real.
Not the lesson. Buying gas and putting it into your vehicle. I remember my bridging talk about how, when you get your first vehicle, you go feel proud. I remember I called that man, he almost had bad word me telling him, I said, brother, feel proud what? When I said gas price escalator, big man, I hometown and all through, so I said gas price not the place. Brother, my time you just give me a heart attack and done. I mean, when gas price I reached 250 ago.
I got money from my birthday and had to buy new tires and some other stuff for the car. Sorry, I bought new tires and groceries.
Nothing can piss me off more than that. I was say, I'm saving to do something special on my birthday.
Yeah, I like it here.
I'm doing special on my birthday.
I didn't plan to do anything major on my birthday. I'm so glad I didn't plan anything major. Because I got the money, like 30-something thousand. I bought tires and groceries. Mommy gave me an additional 15 grand, and I was gonna put some more money on it and buy 2 more tires, so I could have a full new set She's like, no.
Four for me align that car there, so look on it this way. We find 4 tire and the alignment money.
Okay,
Yeah.
Alignment was
rough.
sorted out already. Thankfully.
Boy, me not see so yet. Me not see so yet.
It's a good
You
thing I
see
know
that?
for align my car.
That is adulting.
Then
But
if you pay the
anyway,
money for align it,
that is adulting for you. But anyway, and the second thing for point out with Fresh and Fit, they are, well, I can't say racist because they're black, so they're possibly bigots or prejudice
No.
towards black women.
Mhm.
I mean, and this is just
Mhm.
all right. So like the worst thing I would say they did when I was looking at this aspect, they complimented a black girl for not being annoying, ratchet, ghetto,
Mm.
stupid, and
I,
like
I,
the
I remember.
stereotype.
I remember that
Their
episode.
idea of a stereotypical black woman. It's the equivalent of saying you're pretty for a black girl. Or imagine if a white person said, "You're not like them other niggers. You're not that ghetto."
Yo, I don't. Yo, I should not laugh at this, but
Someone
legit,
said it, bro.
legit something that was said to me on one of my cars during the week. Yo, you speak well, unlike those other Jamaicans. I'm like,
I've
The fuck?
got. Well, I know I've gotten that a few times since I've been here.
no, well, I
So,
know, well, I know. You have to know the funniest thing. You have to know the funniest thing. So my two manager them I listen to the call through the little intercom, you know. While me there yard, you know. Me and one of them come through, Xavier. If you would dare. They're like, yo, I want to figure out something go cost. So we just continue with the call, and when we hang up the call, I say, yo, I'm not paid enough for this shit.
hey,
yeah,
But
yeah, at least I didn't get. The first thing I got was I never know a Jamaican talk English.
As I said before, a literal Jamaican person looked at me and didn't believe that I was a natural born and raised Jamaican.
worse than that.
Like, have you been living under a rock?
No.
We have people in the uptown that speak.
Well, I know. When I was dating my wife doing the long distance thing, she was doing my dude's hair, right? And I'm talking to her. We still a conversate, and I'm ask her, where does your guy come from? She said Jamaica, and he's like, he couldn't, it does not registering. So yeah, I could see the expression upon his face, like Jamaica. Even not sound Jamaican. And then the stereotype started to play out. So I asked him, "What go on, Majena?" And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry, man. It's just that I'm not used to hearing a Jamaican talk this what?
Normal.
Yeah,
Fluent?
pretty much." And I'm like, "Yeah." But I'm like, "Wait a minute. So, well, you prefer hear what I go on, dog? Oh, I go on, charge everything good, my youth. Boom, buckler, dog." And then
No, but hold on.
and then
It's the equivalent of code switching because black Americans do it.
No, hold on.
immediately he says,
It's
"There."
like, yo, why we don't want to disrespect our own heritage? It just seems a bit off when if we open up with that to someone who has never heard it before. So naturally we just go select, all right, we talk English. And then when you tell them where you're from, oh, you don't sound Jamaican. No shit, Sherlock. We're trying to be kind to you. Because
I
most of
do
the
sound
people,
Jamaican. I'm just speaking English in a
oh, hold on.
Jamaican accent.
You ever notice when you speak lone Jamaican, nobody understands what the fuck you're saying? Especially outside of Jamaica itself or the few Americans, no one understands what the hell you're saying.
I laugh
Bad
at
man.
that and say, "If go on, Virgo." So yes.
I live at Trinidad for 6 months, and every time I started to speak like a Jamaican, they were like, "Boy, I understand one thing you're saying, boy. You better be speaking English.
I tell
Me a talk English."
woman, I should have made that them go
You know,
suck
you
for
know,
them. suck out them bleeding blood clot. I bet them would understand that, Ras.
The
Swear,
worst part is they probably would have.
tease them.
And them can't talk proper English,
Well,
my brother. I don't understand.
Bro, and look on who I try this way. Look for who I try this way.
Yo,
Oh.
honestly, honestly,
Get
I've never understood the little Caribbean backlash that other Caribbean countries have with Jamaicans, and the funniest thing, most of other Caribbean countries speak some of their language is so horrible. No disrespect to it, but you have to literally listen to what they're saying for not misinterpret it. Because the first time I heard a Trinidadian speak, I'm like, am I surrounded by an entire pack of gay men? Literally, first time I heard it, I'm like, yo, I'm scared.
I don't know. I never had any issues with my Trinidadian friends at you. Oh yeah, but I did ask a couple of them Trinidadian friends, Bayesian friends, Antiguan friends, like what is like the deal with other people hating Jamaicans? You're like, yeah, I don't get it either. Like my auntie or my grandparents telling me that Jamaicans are the worst and whatever. I guess it's just like some old thing that there's some old stereotypes that they have because they grew up hearing it a lot. So some of them actually do have been indoctrinated by their family and do believe it and do just hate Jamaicans just to be Jamaicans.
Yeah, just like how I'm explain to Black Americans up here that you're not victims. They've been indoctrinated to believe that they've been victims their entire lives. And when I try to speak to them and say I grew up in a country where slavery has been a part of my country's history way longer. Well, if we were to go by dynamics, right? Jamaica,
Way longer than you.
exactly. Jamaica has,
Way.
we have a longer slavery history if we really go that far back, if we add in the Spanish too.
Of a more
So,
brutal slavery history. Why do you think we're homophobic?
Well, I know. So I never go down that road there, but when I try explain to the Black Americans, say, yo, couldn't have this completely twisted. I say, look on the people who enslaved us. More and more Jamaicans are actually rushing to go to the country of the people who oppressed us than actually going away from it. I say this is the misconception with most of them because most of them never learn any history or they don't know where to finally draw the line. And then you've been told by, forgive me for saying this, a political party that you are a mentally wounded bird. You're helpless. You're never born and have the same backbone like me, because you're so weak, you're so fragile, you're so worn. And then a man like me will come from the Caribbean with this, well, I'm not a victim. I'm going to make something of myself. I'm immediately called every dirty name in the book for saying I'm not a victim. And in a few years, I become a success and you're at the same place, stuck in victim blaming. That's a problem for Black people. Haitians come here and within 2 to 3 years have companies. 2 to 3 years. And recently somebody from a block started him lawn caring company. Recently, somebody just started, and you know what for them business consists of? A lawnmower and a little truck. That's it start. And in a few years, you will have 2, 3 Haitian work for him with more and more equipment. Brother man, if you believe you're a victim, you will die a victim. If you believe you're stronger than what people say, you will rise. The human psyche is a weird thing. If you tell yourself say you can never do maths, guess what? You'll never do it. It will never make sense to you, and you will forever hate the son of a bitch. Just being realistic here. Most people don't want to.
The match part at least.
But that's a point when we know everybody understand. That's a point when we know everybody understand. You tell yourself
I have always believed there should be a phase for when you feel sorry for yourself, although I don't really agree to it too much. But I always think there should be a phase, get out all your sorrow. But you see, if you are going to look at me as a mid-20s man or woman, I tell you what, life is so hard.
What's making that sound?
My fridge, otherwise known as the airplane, that is having trouble with its engine. It has sputtered all over the place. See with it.
My mind went
I thought
dirty.
it was a cat.
My mind went very dirty very fast. So,
Which cat on the planet?
Yeah.
Yo, yo,
I went to
both of
KC,
us.
sir.
Yep.
Sorry, I went to KC. Anything can be made dirty.
Yo,
Anything can be made dirty.
I thought I was the one who branded everything out to that part of the world, but it seems that if you two decide to say you're not taking on the mantle this year, no problem.
No,
Anyway,
just trying to be
let's
civil.
get back on topic, guys. Yeah, so fresh and fit. One
Mm-hmm.
of them is full black. I think one is half black, or both full black.
Brother, them two niggas are hiding as white men.
And they honorary white people.
No, honestly, they pretend these things they say don't sound like natural. All right, take the one who was born from Barbados. The man sounds like he sounds not even about his accent. His thought process just sounds so all over the place. Like say, yo, he's above it all. I don't know if it's his ego or the little algorithm when he keep on a thief out of which one. Don't really care. The other one who can't even formulate a sentence without
Dirty comments are my problem.
Here's
My
the
whole
worst
problem with them.
thing.
Yeah, like their whole view on black women.
Brother,
And again, similar to what we said about
here, we speak at length of what is wrong, but of late we have tried to like dial it back for like give more solutions instead of adding to the problems. But them money,
That's one.
every episode, every stream, bash for an entire 3 hours. And all of the comments, you see the same nonsense, specifically from the men. And then at the same time, you see a whole bunch of them are run go over to Abba Bridge and talk about, yo, stop talking shit. Bro, are you a bitch? Or did you change genders while you were on different podcasts? Which one?
Sir, I say this to most people, right? You say anybody who have a big mouth like that, and let me confront you, and you don't have that same big mouth energy, shut the fuck up. And I mean that wholeheartedly. If when I confront you about said topics, and your immediate response is to literally fold, you should learn to shut the hell up. If you can't defend the points where you so wholeheartedly jump up and chastise other men for doing. But when the light get turned on you, you're like roses with the lights turn on. You scatter. You can't hold a conversation. You immediately gone into this little, oh, well, you know. And then when people, and the more and the more and more they open the mouth, the more and more they think on themselves. The price them things still up. Price YouTube not strike them yet.
They are called
Be honest with
actors.
repeat.
They are called actors.
They're horrible at
Yeah,
their
but
Mhm.
YouTube love the negative energy and the views, I guess.
moving a dirty bomber clock.
But I mean, ironically,
Sorry.
the guy that Myron ended up wifing was a woman who actually coaches other women on YouTube on how to play men.
But the girl that
There
he's
you go.
dating literally played him and took away some of my money. So, yeah. I don't normally like to say people are lost causes, but them man and
And this man, hold on. He sounds like the same women he bashes. Because the same women he bashes would say, black men are trash, black men are this, black men are that. He says black women are trash, black women are ratchet, black women are annoying, black women are loud or vulgar or ghetto.
You can't do that. You can't do it. Even
Yet,
I know you can't
why
do
is
that.
he still single?
you mean
Why is he still single?
you mean why he's still unsuccessful in getting a woman to date him for more than like a period of couple weeks?
Sir, I you feel no way, and I'll be honest with you. I don't like to use this word very often because I hear a lot of uneducated people use the word because they can. But I believe both of them, and I repeat this, I believe both of them are that fucking word again.
Or misogynistic.
Misogynistic.
Yes, they are.
Of course they are.
Call a spade a fucking spade, and not because I'm a man. And this is the problem. I get it. We as men, we tend to defend our own because nobody not defend we. I get that. But just as much as you can defend your own, you're supposed to can call out your own when the motherfuckery. That's my problem with all of this. Nobody, and then when Abba and Preach was holding these niggas accountable. Abba went on a different podcast and one of the man them wholehearted going to die for them fund. Even with all the evidence Abba put in front of the Jenna said, yo, okay, I get where you guys are coming from, but there's nothing you can say to make me think less of them two youth. And I'm like, then a man's like, yo, well, be honest with you, good for you. Abba said, I'm not force it, but if all the evidence in front of you shows that these men aren't living the life for them said them I do. Cause Abba even go as far when he went on the dude podcast was bring that video from the girl from IG, from Instagram where she said the one who would blow them up.
Yeah.
The white, the somewhat white girl blow them up, and the dude, the same super fan, went on the girl's page because
yes, remember,
Abba,
yes.
and Abba said,
the man going at the girl DMs threatened the girl.
Yeah, the super fan too, you know.
So when
they
they confront him now in a Dario, them ask the man say, yo, brother, if at any point in time you were anybody else, and if that were my sister, you would probably be 6 feet under. And the man talk about how him not afraid of nobody. I say, this dumb bitch. The man not realize say, yo.
I'm not going like, hold on. My take on it was this. I didn't say it to you guys when we saw the video. I'm gonna say it now. That's gay.
Yes.
I could be judgmental, but I just found it really gay.
No,
I just found it extremely. I said, yo, this man no realize how quick his life could have ended in that time span when the whole saga was going on.
Listen to me. The man
carries how him not afraid of nobody.
It seemed more like he was defending his boyfriend as opposed to defending someone who he supports.
And that when every time Abba push the conversation back to accountability, again Abba say, yo, I'm not hating on these guys. It's just that him find it highly suspicious that these guys are telling men that they've not to do this, they've not to do that. But then behind closed door, you see your nigga Myron, him even go as far as call. Which one? The dude Myron has a site, a sugar daddy site, a sugar baby site, where he's advertising women. I said, but isn't that technically paying for a box? The same shit I'm telling you. I know that the shit the shit fierce because nobody don't. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. I agree with her. But yeah, because every time this conversation is.
Bradshaw?
Yep. Hello.
See the phone start doing phone things again.
And
no, that's enough.
people?
I think I was out of range.
Okay, listen, as a people is that again where Bradshaw phones acts up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, why the man back look like the entire apocalypse? So Florida look like say about for have rain or something like that? Or just because night sky?
Always. Night sky, but always. It looks like it's going to rain, but yet I have on a sweater. It looks like it's going to rain, but I have on a sweater. Shows you how this weather is anywhere it decides to be. Like yesterday it rained and then breeze was blow blood pipe. Yo, you ever heard that thing called wind chill? Ah, but anyways, back to what we are saying, right? Um, the perpetual alpha, right? This forever awesome imaginary thing, aren't you? There is no there is no such thing as a 110% 24/7 non-stop alpha male. Not no go so. There is no such thing as 100% alpha man. If somebody cares, then if you get hurt, you're not supposed to cry. If you get hurt, you're not supposed to cry because if you follow Fidem version of alpha, you're supposed to always be perfect. You are always unmovable, unshakable.
I cry
So,
in private where nobody can see me, but God, like a real man.
nigga, I cry whenever I feel like it. Fuck your feelings. Fuck whoever they're on me too. Brother man. And I think people have this misconception what a real alpha is. An alpha is a man who's certain of himself and don't really give a fuck what society says or thinks about him. Because the day you start caring what people think about you, you are no longer an alpha. You're a bomber alpha sympathizer. A man who acts like he doesn't want society's approval, but you truly do. An alpha really doesn't give a fuck, and that most people don't get. Especially them beta male alpha pretenders. They don't realize that. If you care, if you truly care what society says about you, every little thing about you, you jump up, go up on social media, fuck those niggas, fuck them bitches. What? And you know the weirdest thing is? If people was willing to watch other content like Let Peace Network, like believe it or not, those people they do get it in, as in they argue good, I mean decent, legitimate arguments, and people follow to people. But what? You're a mature adult. We're not supposed to can come back, and if not outside of the disagreement, we talk like grown people. Like that next fake Alpha Jack. After everything went wrong and the girl never know because him behave just like beta,
Rain!
the typical beta male sympathizer, where she says something will piss him off, but instead of him keeping a masculine frame, he literally went into his high school, schoolboy, middle school, primary school behavior. Cause that's primary school behavior. Fucked you wholeheartedly. Fucked you, and I'm like, whoa. Whoa, what's yourself making man go on so? Brother man.
Listen to me. Them people are ambitious. They want to believe that they are alphas. They see it in their imagination, and to them that's what they are, but they
Hear me as
actually
a
are
Serena.
not.
Hear me as a Serena. Every night
Mm-hmm.
when I go to
They
my bed,
want
I
to
believe
be.
in our enemy. And me not say that I come to life anytime soon.
They want to be
So
her, so they might work towards it. Leave the people them alone. You know, see,
My
I
thing is
think
There
I
you
think
go.
this
they have all right. So
what I have to say about the girls is I
Mm-hmm.
think the reason why they behave with them like that and they accept it is because they were already disrespected before they got on the show. They allowed it. So therefore the men they don't see them as proper women because them could have get this from them. So from day one, they never have no respect for the woman them. So therefore when they come on the show, them worse not have no respect for you. You get what I'm saying? So them gonna bash you and talk about and make you look bad.
Yeah,
And them are
typical
typical,
logic.
them want them get
Come on.
little fame and them want get little views. So
Mm-hmm.
it is what it
Mm-hmm.
is.
And to act like the and yeah,
and just add to your point, you know, may I be honest with you? And I know everybody who does watch Kevin Samuel act as if they don't tune in to watch Kevin. I don't lie. I'm guilty
Yeah,
Rachel,
break
you're
up. Yeah,
breaking up
move up.
again.
of losing temper. If Dan start losing temper, I don't like that. Especially when the situation never called for him to go completely AWOL and start getting mad. And I'm like, whoa. That's not necessary, Jenna. Me not say, where am I going so far? But again, I digress. Some people actually, that's what some people actually turn in. Let me tell you something. I used to watch the Kevin Samuel show and hope say a woman get thrown underneath the bus. This is red. This is red pill rage. This what me I, how me I behave. This is red pill rage. None about this don't make sense. Why am I so happy when he put an idiot woman in? Sorry, say that out loud. When he put a woman in check, yo, at the time, call a spade, yo, because when I listen to some of the interviews, them nothing with them say makes sense. Because 'cause if it makes sense, that means the man is not a human being. He is a thing that you use and a living dildo. That's it. The way how some of them talk about men is either something you can make off of you or you're, a living dildo. So I'm like, wow. You talk
Until
as
it
if the
comes to their
man,
own sons.
thank you.
Ooh, and
Thank
that your
you.
strikes again. Wow.
And I guess the
My son is
problem
a king.
normalized.
King of what?
Men are dogs. All men cheat. Men
That
are
little
ghetto.
that
My
little
son is a
thing is
king.
guilty.
He's so great. He's
Sure.
adorable.
Oh, I know that. I know
God.
that. I know that. If you say, name one mammal that name one male mammal that is exclusive. Go ahead, I'll wait. Mammal
That
that
is
is
what?
exclusively monogamous. Hello?
Yeah, we are a question. One male
Yeah,
mammal
and most
that is essentially for
exclusive.
one
Yeah,
and one species only.
woman, one woman in nature. And I normally wait, and most of them can't give me a straight answer. And I'm sitting there because it doesn't exist.
Hold
It
on, no,
doesn't
wait, no.
exist.
Wait, no. Hold on, no. It does exist. Does exist. However, they die after they mate.
Who that?
A
Spiders?
seahorse.
Oh.
Seahorse.
Oh, they're not mammals.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Kind of
I am
weird.
quite sure of this. Yo, the family done is different. Even whales, let me even go further. Even whales aren't exclusively monogamous. Yeah? Nobody tell that bullshit. The sperm whale, he breeds anything that in cocky can catch. So I'm just saying, because them partially blind. So if an machine catch the first time them catch our sister, guess what? The two are pregnant. And the wife will just have to accept it. That's how it's always been. Because men have always been what? The superior. I mean, and you use them words and nowadays you're hateful, you're misogynistic. But it's the truth. I had to, and Mark, I had to tell this to a Jamaican today. But she's become so Americanized. It's like the message can't register. I'm like, this is
It's a Western view still. 'Cause every woman believes a man supposed to have one woman, which in is incorrect in reality.
Not what me I say.
It is.
Not what me I say is a lie to you.
No, I'm not hearing something.
It's a Western thing.
I didn't hear what you said. Repeat what you said.
That's what I'm doing.
I heard.
It's a Western view
Mm-hmm.
of one where woman believes that a man supposed to have one woman.
So, all right, remember repeat what I say. I said to the Jamaican, Serena,
Because
I was saying,
you grew up on the
I
same
grew up
view
on
too.
my own beliefs. So,
Gosh.
well, the woman Jamaican woman I was talking to was in her late 40s, early 50s. But she was talking like a naive teenager. So, it's new. Nothing I'm saying to you is new under the sun. You come from Jamaica. Yeah, you come from a third world country. You know exactly what me I say. Women in Jamaica have never been fortunate for they by themselves and everything alright. When a man knows say no man do in our house and that woman don't have no way to protect herself. Men normally break in and rape women. Men normally breaking and steal. Men normally breaking and fuck up everything and run out. Brother man, if Jamaican man a rape all a 75-year-old woman, just because them know so there's no male protection in that household, what that say to you? 75-year-old woman, what kind of glue she could have so at her age? Hmm? What kind of grip she can grip?
What?
You say, Ray.
Why did you have to say glue? Jeez.
Didn't I, goddammit? Didn't I say grip, bitch? Anyways.
She has no grip, no glamity, no glue, no gumption, no goodness. It is expired.
Oh,
But
you know
yet-
that.
But
You know
yet,
that.
stay fantastic, Virgo. But yet, that's because there's no man in the household. They break in and rape her. 4 of them. And the funny thing is, 3 out of the 4 of them know her. Because she raised them. But because there's no man in the house, there's no physical body to stop them. They broke in. And they raped her. And she said she forgive them. And I'm like, because she raised 3 out of the 4, and I'm like, wow, that is so sad. But the point still stands. Society has conditioned the world so much that women really believe that if there's supposed to be an apocalyptic event right now, how much woman would I get raped and killed in the span of 24 hours? Because let's be realistic here. There's not enough police on the planet to truly police the whole world, let alone the whole. Like, if.
Yeah, even if you excluded raping and killing.
Exactly.
If there was an
Starshana.
apocalyptic event right now, you really think women would survive?
Hold on, let's be fair. A handful of them would survive, but the majority of them are dead.
And mark your people. Remember, so we're in a mask-oriented time now. So let's be fair here. Apocalyptic time, everybody wear mask. Yeah, you realize how bad this can get really fast, really fast.
Yeah.
Because if 7 man run in and the whole of them are wearing mask, you don't see who running. They must kill it in there and just run.
Mhm. Hold on. I think we're gone way kind
By
of
the way,
on topic, but off topic.
Yo, we are just fluctuating
because-
like this. We're good.
I feel,
We're just going through stuff. But yeah.
yeah.
So fresh and fit, definitely racist or prejudice, because I guess we can't say racist if you're actually black. Can we? I don't
Bullshit.
know. Big up.
Of course you can.
Yes.
You can be
yes,
racist
say
against your own. Yes, you can be racist against your own.
But that's bigotry
So,
or Uncle Rockosry.
our the
Well,
word
I
you
mean, in Fresh's defense, he's got a big ass nose like Uncle Ruckus.
yes.
Yeah.
Fresh-
What? What did I say?
So you have to say something
Right.
for me to laugh, but it's not legal for me to laugh anymore. What?
No, I was just asking.
Well, I will say this.
He got revigor. He got revigor.
Fresh and fit, them pretty much dig them one grave. You can't be profiting off of black people and then you go and turn around and spit in a black people's face. I miss a black people because the men don't like what they heard either. So
True.
if they thought it was us women alone that was offended when they made that comment, because they really believe that. And in the understand say black men actually want black women. It's black women that cause the problem. And if you say this out loud, oh, it's not. But say, well, the evidence says otherwise. 30% of black men in the country will never know what a vagina feel like. You hear me? 30%. 30% of a dead virgin. Never feel a pum pum. Never touch a pum pum. Let's go further than that. Will never touch one. I got dead let it. Never get the joy of spreading their seed. You understand? So it's rough when you're in a society when the woman them out of line and the man them out of line too. Because if I talk like this when I talk, I'm considered toxic, but what? I guarantee some more women respect me than the soft nigga who do this to me, do that for me, do this for me, do that for me. Oh, he's such a nice guy, but you'd have never fuck him down. That's a different conversation. That's bullshit. And the same person who said that within 3 weeks of me being there, tell me say she like me. I'm like, oh, I'm married. Oh, okay. And the nice guy, is single, and he's been there for more than a year, but she don't like him. Make it make sense. I'm like, you got me fucked up. Dude, dede, Twana single. You're not a man. Him not a woman. And you like me, but him dede, longer than me. But you wouldn't give him pum pum. But you like me. I'm like, I'm good. But then you see him and I say, you like nice guys. I'm like, in your imagination, you like them. Andre, why would you say such a thing? A nice guy is right there. And you would have never given him the time of day. Make it
Oh no,
make
he's boring.
sense.
Oh no, he's boring. That's why it makes sense.
He's not slapping her into a locker and throwing her around the place like a rag doll.
Honor that. Mark Jenna, a conversation, She want to hear the fuck argument them. She want to hear the little careless conversation. I run the dirty joke. But him come and talk about Jesus. Blood clotted done. And mark you, this man is Christian. So he's a good Christian youth. Good single Christian youth. You heard me? And she wouldn't give him the time of day. She not give him the time of day, But what? A man who married, who not look nobody, she find entertaining. I say, my God. My God. God, man. Me tell people say, oh, I don't listen to what you say. I listen to the things that are not being said. The things that are not being said. You want a good man, but good man in front here, but you don't want him. Make that make sense.
Hold on.
You can check them. You can check them on the phone.
Is he doing it again? Alright, you do. Yeah.
Repeat that.
He's doing it again.
No, continue. Nigga, drop us.
Oh, God. Yo, my laptop just died.
No,
I am not sleeping.
no, because I knew, I heard, and I'm like, nope, not tonight.
Mama, I'm not going to
Anywho.
bed tonight, man. So I'm not drop asleep yet.
Oh, right. Right,
But there you go now.
There you go.
Nah, man.
Fresh and fit capitalize on the little excitement that was sweeping the black manosphere. They jumped on, they invested their money, them get a crew, they got a good studio, and they just started. And them just simply take a few clips from most of the more popular manosphere conversation and topics, and him just compile a list of things to say or counter the basic woman's argument. But I
Fresh
must
and
say,
fit is
just like
basically the view, but for men.
pretty much a bunch of toxic niggas who get online and speak
Yeah.
speak wholeheartedly for a conversation and for a demographic of men who don't truly believe everything what they must say. Marcus, some of what them say makes sense. Some because what? They're general talking points. But in general, men actually do not think that toxic 24/7. Quite frankly, if a woman would just behave her fucking self, men and women would get along quite swimmingly.
Listen to me, women were born with issues.
Just
And men
men
were born
don't
with
talk like this.
So, hold on.
Yes,
What
sir?
does women being born with issues have to do with any of this? So, hold on. All right, you're born with
like
issues. Hold on, Serena. Ask that question. If you are born with issues, are you going to let them fester and grow, or are you going to try to cut it down and find the root of the problem?
I think
Serena, hold on.
they should, but then some of them doesn't even grow right. Remember?
That I'm not going to do it what I say. I'm telling you, yo.
See? Serena, do you believe
Hmm?
a
Yes,
man is supposed to fix the problem? I'm asking, do you believe a man is supposed to fix the problems and fear?
man can't fix the problem. You have to fix it yourself.
Well said.
Really?
Well
I'm
said.
not
First and
so sure
foremost,
about
the man can fix your problems, then they are not your problems.
Oh, I'm gonna say, I swear I saw a shadow come from so Mr. Look, yo, man, my black program. You understand? So back to where I said now, right? Well, Serena,
Fresh and fit.
society tell a lot, yeah, and fresh and fit, but also a life lesson to everybody, including women. No one, and I repeat, no one can fix you. If you're broken, a relationship won't fix you. If you are ignorant to what the person you are with is saying, no one can fix you. You have to want to be fixed. If you don't learn these lessons, it's going to find a way to cascade down onto your relationship and hurt you. You understand? I'm not talking to you, Serena. You have a man. I'm talking to the rest of them who don't have the body. You understand me? You there where you're supposed to be, by his side.
Who said that? Who you know that?
Aren't you in the same room?
Serena, look here.
Well,
We
no,
know
no,
this
they
much
look
of
at
your
your
business.
bumbo. Me she answer one question first. Aren't you in the room?
We know
Which
this much of your business.
Hold on. What is she trying to dispute this time?
And that more I know the rest
What
that's
is she
more
trying
I
to
try to get to the business of this rat. What you say? Come again. What you say,
No,
Serena?
he said me that the right place. Oh, you know, say me that the right place.
Okay, move.
All right,
Virgo. Hold on.
so,
Virgo there. Virgo,
Move.
you hear me? Put her out.
Get up from here.
yeah, that was
Put her
exactly what I
bumbo
was going to
class. Put
say.
out her. Put
It's
out
just a
a
question to
Ross.
answer.
I should have been. I should have been. I should
Get
have
that
been. Look at that.
Ross.
I
Decide me.
should have
I put out
me.
your blood clot. See of
Get
time.
that
I should
out.
have been. I
Get
should have been.
out.
No.
I got
Nah,
put
talk
out
to me
our
long too.
backside. Put out your. You know, you just got to put out the Ross. I better put out of the room. Not put out of the house. Put out of the room.
No.
To sleep on the couch.
Question.
Sleep on the
Question.
chair
I just
them.
want to know. How do you know?
You still at talk. You still at talk.
Why are you guys taking it out of context?
No.
It does not mean what you think it means.
No.
So what
This
does
is
it?
this is what
That is the important question. What does it
Hold
mean?
Exactly.
interpret.
And one. No, but
People
understand this,
interpret.
Serena.
It's just
You're talking to men. You're talking to
Hold
men.
on.
So again, remember, be
Question.
careful what you're about to say. And men, you
I
can't
said,
turn a woman.
and Bradshaw said to be more precise, you are in a relationship. You are at the right place. I'm talking to the ones who are not. And
Thank
you
you.
are saying, oh, you are right. You're not even in a long talk.
listen to me.
Meaning in a long talk.
Let me defend myself. I am my own
Oh,
lawyer.
that's that. You shoot yourself in your foot head, Rasta. I don't want to hear what you have to say after that. Me wouldn't want to hear what you have to say either. You shoot
Yo,
yourself in your
Right.
one foot. Me don't want to hear what you have to
right
say after
about
this.
now. Right about now, Serena. Then the zombie apocalypse and Serena just get herself killed unnecessarily. Roger.
By our one mouth. Interesting. This has been insightful.
Well,
This has been insightful. Yeah, I'm right. It's been insightful. Yeah, I'll tell you this. And man, Serena, listen to me. I mean, I say this to you. You know the difference between a girlfriend and a wife? Do you know the difference?
Well, the difference is that one is legal and one is not. That's the only difference to me.
Mm?
They
Really?
one yes, one
Mm-hmm.
is legal and she something to represent that legal bond.
Mm-hmm.
While the other one, they don't still have nothing. To me, how I see it as regards to that is that if you are dating someone, you are dating that person and you want that
Mm-hmm.
person, you see a future person and you want them to become your wife in the future, which means you are building a relationship from scratch and
Mm-hmm.
whatever you build, it's
Mm-hmm.
how you want to see your future. So right now, if you are somebody
It's
there
all
and
about interpretation,
not
right?
learn
So what you're trying to
how
say is all about no, me try make the long and short. I'm sorry, kind of woman you chat to. The long and short. It's all about interpretations, right? Correction? Hello? Serena,
Yeah.
may I ask you, long and short is the person's interpretation and the person I'm with, right?
I guess so. Maybe
All right.
that's one way to look at
I mean, yeah, the long and short of what you're trying to say. Well, understand this now. So when it comes to men,
it. He makes with me.
Excuse me. Right. Don't touch me.
I listen.
No, really.
Oh my God,
Guys,
that's funny. Yes, sir.
guys,
this is a
Oh,
kid's
yeah,
this is
we're
a
kind of
kid.
going,
It's a kid zone, you know. Just I said that for now.
oh, we are
kind of
swing.
going
We'll
off,
go too
but
far. All right, we'll
Yeah.
go back.
no man. But I mean, we're kind of almost we hit the 2 hour mark, so
Mm-hmm. What
we'll
time
sign
now?
off because people got work in the morning and y'all gonna be tired.
Y'all, shouldn't you say yourself? Because you don't like sleeping at night.
Speak for yourself, God damn it.
I'm not working
Speak for
until
yourself.
Friday.
Really?
I have
Do you hear anybody else complaining except you? Do you hear anybody else complaining except you?
No, remember same show that say I give problems, so I might have a little jerk in I'm step, you know.
Yeah.
How much of a shoulder though? You never answered that question. What much of a
I'm a
shoulder?
massage therapist. I think I just use bad technique.
Why did I just do that?
Why does it sound
Good
so weird when I
question.
say it out loud? Never mind.
Yo,
I
if
think
anybody
we changed it.
Oh,
anybody remembered why
I'm
he
gonna
was
end the podcast with this article I saw that just really lightened my day. Father who beat man to death for raping his 5-year-old daughter faces no charges in Texas.
Yeah, I read that
Texas.
too.
Because he's white.
Yo, that don't normally happen still, but great for
Because he's
him.
white.
Great for him. Great for him. I was
One
happy when I
question.
read it.
One question is what about the other people who killed their rapists / kidnappers, but are facing
Yo,
prison time? Anyway, that's all the time we have, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you again for staying with us this long. And we will see you next week on another episode of Controversial Topics. Please remember to leave a like and leave a comment because we want to continue the conversation with you in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell notification. This is my customer service voice. Do you like it? Not really. It's kind of creepy, isn't it? Yes.
Will you
And we will
stop?
see you guys next week. Please stay safe, stay
Yo,
awesome, take
the
care,
man
and
freaked
goodbye.
me out.
Shut up! I'm
No.
speaking in my customer service voice.
yo. Hear what this?
Also,
And like that.
just before we close off, never really want to edit one
Mm-hmm.
stuff because I didn't get to mention it before.
Mention
Mm-hmm.
it.
The boss a race.
Condolences to the gentleman in St. James who lost his 15-year-old daughter to this dumbass 25-year-old gangster who they found
Mm.
wrapped up in bed, shot to death. Virgo knows the story I'm talking about.
Damn.
Keep in mind, I don't want to really shit a woman, but the child's
Mm-hmm.
mother did abandon him with the other two sisters, and Master tell him that I say don't want her a date so early and all these things, guide up on the right path. Of course, she didn't listen, run away from home, and now she's dead. Big man, shit brought a tear to my eye, swear.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I didn't.
Just to say this, men, keep your head up and don't stop doing that. I understand why you take away the key and lock her in her room. Trust me, I get it. Save them from themselves because them don't know what out there.
Mm-hmm. When I said that to someone on a conversation, the dude was shocked. Dude was like, "Save women from themselves."
Yes.
I'm like, yeah. Women tend to make impulsive decisions, say impulsive shit, and I think before them talk.
Name
That's women.
every man who has ever gotten beaten up because a girl couldn't shut her mouth.
Mm-hmm. Every clown was stood there and make this woman run her mouth and the nose she run herself and you forget them hands. So imagine you and she get beaten because she don't know when to stop. I'm straight. Me tell them I quick off a walk up before me join the ass open. I'm sorry. Call me a coward all you want, bitch. Me never get beaten.
In case, I believe that's where we need to end this tonight, and y'all stay safe out there.